What's up, everyone? My name is Dan. Welcome to my channel, Live Life in Your Frame. I want to talk to you today a little thing about community, just because I had for example, I found this dog who was lost, and I tried everywhere to find his owner. I thought this person must have just dumped this dog. And it was this poor little, like, I don't know, 15, 20 pound dog. And I'm in Austin, and I heard that a lot of people, they just dump their dogs. And so I thought, like, man, this person just dumped their dogs. I guess I'm not gonna put them in the shelter because I don't want them to get killed in the shelter. So I guess I got a new dog. And finally, like, I went to a vet clinic, and finally the chips read back, and people said that I texted, they said they didn't have a dog. And somehow someone saw a post, and luckily I reunited the person, and it was this old guy with a little walker, and he's walking back, and I'm reuniting him with his dog, and the guy is like tearing, like he has tear eyes, like it was just him and his poor little dog. And he's like, I can't offer you a reward. And I said, I'm not doing this for a reward. I just want to get this guy to his owner, to this makes you happy. Like, it's not what I'm doing this for. And I'm being honest, is like, I was doing this as authentically. I'm not just doing this so I can tell everyone on Facebook, like, oh, I reunited my dog, like we see everyone on Instagram do. But it just, and I think that's where the karmic energy comes in, is like, we do these things for other people and it comes back to us. And that's part of what a community is we do things for other people without a reward. I do this for you, but I'm not expecting something from it. And we are in a day now which is so messed up that we do things but we expect it back. It's like, you have those friends, is like, I remember when I lived in San Diego, it was like, I had friends that, like, I did something for them, they're like, you owe me one. And it's like, you owe me one. And then if I ever needed help, it's like they remembered that one time. And I'm like, you can't just do something nice from someone without having to owe them something. And I think that we just really lack that community, because it's all about, we see ads about how to go get yours, new car, new house, new this, new that. And it's like, you have to hustle harder, this. And we're being bombarded with this, which is not really in our nature, where our nature is to cultivate and to have a tribe who takes on different responsibilities, different duties, and take care of each other, and like, not just going off and doing me, right? Because you know what? Doing me ends up with me being depressed. And I said that down here is, I'm depressed when I'm alone. I'm depressed when I'm trying to go out and do me. And there's a difference between do me, but doing work on me, or just do me, like I'm gonna hustle and make a lot of money. And I've been through that stage, and it's just a lonely stage. You're not trying to help anyone. You're not trying to give back in any other way. And you're not trying to create a business that's going to offer value to people or make a difference in people's lives. And you see these companies, like they show like that they're trying to make a difference, like pretend like they're making a difference when they really don't care. That's just all about profit. But there are people out there that just genuinely do things for other people. And I think it's rare and rare, because we are being conditioned to not do that. And I think that we are being conditioned to not do that so that we buy more. Because if we were in a community, we would just be trading. We wouldn't be having to, we wouldn't have to always be trying to up the other person. And I think that it's like, we need each other. We need each other socially. We need each other. We need to bond with people that are like us, people that understand us. And it's becoming harder and harder to find these people. And especially as you get older, it's like, where do I find people that understand what I understand, or that are at the level of awareness that I'm at? And I think lot of people that I've talked to are the same way. They're like, if you're not married by like a certain age, and your friend group is off married, it's like you feel the pressure to get married, or you feel like you're just isolated, because there's not very many single people that are on your level. Or how are you gonna find them? Are you gonna go to just like social groups? And then it's like, then you gotta do these like kind of like fake events, and you're doing it you're not doing it to genuine. You're doing it because you need someone. You don't want to be alone. And I think it has to be like a genuine connection. It has to be like you go to, like, I have a dog, I have a golden retriever, I take him to the dog park, and after a while I meet people that have a love for dogs, and then I get a community from that. But it's not like I don't go and join these events that like meet people that love dogs, because then it's like, it's the same thing as like when you're on Hinge and you're like needy for a boyfriend, or you're needy for a girlfriend. I think if you're just doing these things that you enjoy and you meet people that are like you, then I think that it goes so much further. But I see it so much harder now to get that, because our community is freaking social media. Our community is Facebook. Our community is Instagram and TikTok. What community is that? If you look at, like, go back to the Romans, and like, they didn't have that stuff. So they had to rely on being like with each other. Now we can go home and sit there and then sit and like posts. And why if you walk down the street and you see people all on their phone, that's their social community, and they're sitting on their phone. Or you can join Reddit groups, people who like old 1950 cars, right? And you join them and you talk to them on their group. And yeah, maybe that's cool in a way that you can connect with people that you would normally not connect with, but that's still like, we're still losing that aspect of being in person and meeting people in person and having that natural, authentic, genuine connection. And we're losing that. And I see that the world is going to go to a place where we are going to lose it altogether unless we maintain some sort of that connection that our ancestors had, like that we need to have like, that's why, think about, like, I saw some movie that was from like the 30s, and it was like they had the big family with like everyone knows the neighbors, and everyone knows like the people in the town, and this and that. And like now it's like no one knows no one, and it's like you only know the people on Facebook or Tinder or Instagram, and you don't even know who they really are. You never even met them in real life. And it's like, how do you have a connection with someone through some freaking app? That's just insane to me. And so bringing me back to the dog point with this guy, it was just like, it was so sad that he had this in his mind, that he thought that he needed to give me a reward to get his dog back. And that's not a community that, like, he must have been in around a wrong community that has told him that, like, hey, I find your dog, you give me money. Like, and I think we have gotten so far away from our roots, and it's like now we need to revert back to our roots, and that's where we find ourselves, that's where we find our true nature. And it's a lot of hard work to go rewind and find our roots, and it's a lot of work, and especially when the rest of the world is going out and faking their whatever, their friend groups, and pretending that everything's okay. You're trying to package your life and realize all the things that are wrong, and say, okay, I'm messed up in these areas, I need to figure out this and this and this, and I need to have a real community around me. Where do those people at? Where are they at? And I know that's why when I lived in Costa Rica, there was a lot of expats, because they felt like they didn't belong in America, and they went to Costa Rica to be a part of Costa Rica and the Pura Vida vibe. And that's where they felt at home. They wanted to feel like a community. They didn't want to feel like trapped in an apartment all day. They wanted to feel like a connection, some sort of social connection, because that's what we need. And we need it like just like part of, just after food and water and air, we need connection. And that's why a lot of addiction, they say addiction, the opposite of addiction is connection. And the thing is, you are no more less important than another person. Like, we have to understand that, like, to realize that you are not any more or less important than the next person. And that's like sad to say, because if I die today, the world will move on, and in a short amount of time, few people, they will forget about me, and the world will keep going. And there's thousands of people that died today, and the world just keeps going. So it's to think that we always think that we're more important. And why are we more important? Why are my needs more important just because it's me? But what is really even me? Like, you see these buildings that have been built up by people that are long gone, like hundreds of years ago. So what importance is it to them? They were just making money for those buildings to go up. So it's just, that doesn't make much sense to me. And it's, the happiness comes from giving value. And no matter what, we need other people. And so that's why, like, by me, just when I got my Range Rover, when I got a new car, I was not happy because it was me just going after me. I didn't do something that, like, I had more joy by giving this guy finding his owner of the dog than I did buying a car, buying the car of my dreams that I wanted. And that just shows you right there what we've been conditioned to think what our happiness lies. So my happiness thought that a car was going to make me happy. And it's like so silly to think. And like, I felt more happy walking away knowing that guy like got to go home to his dog, and he was crying. Like, that gave me more joy than having any freaking car. So why are we so confused? And humans, we need to self-sacrifice. We need to self-sacrifice. We need to self-sacrifice some part of us in order to help others, in order to do something for others. The world is not going to just be all us just going after ours, because then we get to the end of our life and we don't feel fulfilled, because fulfillment is only going to come from us giving, from us sacrificing something, from us doing something that is not for us. Maybe you don't want to do something. Maybe it's like something that doesn't really doesn't make you happy at the moment, but you do it for someone else, and it does, maybe it doesn't even make them happy, but it makes their life better. And I think that is much more important than you doing this thing for yourself, because you can only do so many things for yourself. And I'm telling you all day, it's not going to make you happy. That's why you have these billionaires, and they have so much money, and they're buying so many things for themselves, and then they're not happy at all. And they're like, oh my God, I realize I have the most money in the world, and I can have the biggest yacht in the world, and I keep buying bigger yachts, and it's not making me any happier, because your whole mindset is off. It's not the yacht that is going to be making you happy. It's not the thing that's going to make you happy. It's the experience. It's the joy of doing something for other people. But the thing is like, for example, my father, he cannot do something for another person. He does not find joy from that. So some people, they don't actually find joy from doing things for other people. And I mean, that's pretty sad, but I guess if some people want to just go ahead and freaking not do joy, just not give joy for doing things for other people, then that's fine. Like that, I have a hard time understanding how that that makes him upset when he actually gets upset when he does things for other people. So I guess some people, that's just not in them, and I think that's just their selfish state that they never work through. Sometimes when they were 5 years old, some kid tried to take their toy and they're like, this is mine, and then mommy said, no, this is yours, and don't let anyone take your toy, and who knows, right? And get mine, like I said, everything is social conditioning. We're being social conditioned from the start, and we don't even realize it. I know people could say, yeah, we're social conditioned, but do you even realize the extent of what we have been social conditioned? We don't even realize how much power and how much energy we have to create in our lives, and how much we can even do for other people, for ourselves, but we can't get past this physical realm. We can't get past what this physical realm that we're living in. And we can't get past what freaking other people tell us what we need to do, what society tells us what we need to do. And this 2 days on a weekend, you get 2 days free. Like, who designed this system? Like, this isn't like, it just seems, everything just, for me, I don't know hopefully if you're watching this channel, that makes sense to you, or it doesn't make sense to you, because this doesn't make sense to me, like that someone designed this a program, a system that said 5 days on, 2 days off. They give you 2 days off so you can rest just enough so you can go back 5 days again. And it's a system just to create things that we don't need. Like, I even am guilty of probably 80-70% of the stuff that I have, I don't need. I could live off of probably 10% of the stuff I have. And I think most of us can. But we feel like we're missing out. We feel like we need more. We feel like we need to go out and do stuff, and then we feel bad if we're not. And they make us feel bad if we're not. And that's how they condition us, and that's how they're doing it. And it's psychologically like programmed to do it. And this isn't a conspiracy, this is real. And only if like you can be aware of it, then you can be able to be like, okay, I'm aware of it. What can I do to like stop like with this mindset, or stop thinking this way? And I think we just really have to find some sort of community that really understands us, and it seems to be harder and harder. And I hope over the years, maybe we resort back, people stop getting tired of social media, and they're like, I just want to meet in real life, I want to talk in real life. Like in the 50s is like, you just like, you had to talk to people. Like, you had one chance there, you met a guy that was handsome, and you had one chance. Maybe you might not meet another guy for 2 years. So you better take that chance, right? Now it's like, you go on Hinge and you have 1,000 swipes, and then you get a number and you have like 500 numbers, and they just get lost, you know? And it's like, we're just wasting away like our life, and wasting away our energy, and putting it in the wrong direction. So we can put it into each other and sacrifice ourselves and give to each other and create so much more. So I don't know, just for me today, it was just giving to a dog, an old man, just poor old man with his dog back, getting him back. And I just comparing that to me buying a car, which now I just like embarrassed to drive. It showed me that my mindset was, I was conditioned, I was basically manipulated. And I think sometimes we have to go down that route and actually do it, like actually go for the things that we think that we need, and then we realize that we don't actually need them. So let me know what you guys think below. If you have found a community or a tribe. For me, I'm trying to create one here on this channel, because it is hard for me to create a tribe. And I know it's kind of me saying that through YouTube, but it's hard for me to find this channel because now in parts, less and less people are aware of the real true nature and power they have. So let me know in the comments below. Hit subscribe. See you guys.